Right. So, thank you for joining this class. Okay. So, I would like to introduce myself, and then I hope you can also introduce yourself. Okay. So, this is our first time to meet each other, right? So, okay. So, I'll give you a screen share about myself. So, okay. Can you see my slide? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, my name is Kartitik Nomo. So, uh, I'm the first technomo in the world. Okay, so my father's forget to put his own name, so it comes from technology and name. Uh, yeah, now we have four technomos in the world, so it's a kindly critically endangered species. Okay, so I was born in Surabaya. I'm Indonesian, so I married a Filipina. So mainly work in several countries. So in first I work in Indonesia in Petra Christian University. And then I also work in Japan uh, between 2003 to 2006. And then I work in Austria. Uh, the name at the time was Arsenal Research. Now is called Austrian Institute of Technology. Okay. And then also in Wisconsin in Whitewater in 2012. And I also teach in uh, Ateneo de Manila and Ateneo de Davao, and now in uh, UPT Liman. So, right. So these are my classes in all this experience. Okay, so I mostly about quantitative methods. Okay, so more on mathematical modeling for for your case probably near to transportation. So land use transportation interaction, urban planning, traffic engineering, something. Okay, something like this. No, so also GIS. I also teach that. And these are my research interests. I hope by knowing this, probably we can cooperate in the future if you want to do a thesis or dissertation. Okay, so my research interest is mostly about people behavior concerning their activities related to urban environment uh, and infrastructure. Okay, so usually for development, for planning and design. So, right. I'm still in traffic, transportation system, pedestrian behavior. So, but going to more on mathematical modeling and simulation. Okay, so you can visit my website, okay, in reporefoledu.com Karti. And these are example of my pedestrian research. So I developed this model down here. Okay, so again, this is look like very complicated mathematical model, but this is actually in Excel. Okay, all of these are can be done in Excel. And I developed what is called micropad sims, a research tool for microscopic or agent-based pedestrian traffic simulation, and now has been used in many companies. Okay, and I also developed a concept of RCSO or route choice organization, so you can Google it. Right? Yeah, this micropad sim, it was very long time ago in '99. And related to you, probably I developed urban growth model. Okay, so uh, this is an example of a town in Japan called Iwaki New Town. So, and on the left side is the uh, simulation. Okay, on the right side is the photogrammetry. So the real picture is very small, like this one picture. So I combine all this picture from the satellite image, okay, into one big for the whole city, and then develop the simulation using several automata in this case. Yeah. So and based on this, we can actually predict. So this is the in '98 only the model. the actual data on the right side, and then on the left side you can see we already predicted where the growth of the city will go. Okay, and you may wonder why we need to model this. So if we model this urban growth, we will know the urban sprawl. Okay, and also we will know, for example, oh, if we want to develop certain place, so we can also model the land price and so on. Yeah, so some small part of this I need to open, so you can check this website is open source for this open model, right? So I also develop computer vision for pedestrian. So you can check in Wikipedia. So there is an algorithm after my name. So also with Mr. Fernandez in Ateneo. So this is basically if you have video data, so we can separate, okay, between the foreground and the background. So similar the one that used in Zoom right now. So you can see we can remove the background. Yeah, this one also very long time ago. So part of this class that I will also teach probably about for transportation planning. Okay, we will use trajectory analysis, and from here we can actually calculate the origin destination, yeah, from the trajectory. And for Metro Manila, last time we got a project from the OST, so we create kind of similar to Google Map. No? Okay, at that time still early of Google Map, but of course now Google Map is much better. Yeah, and I also developed some queuing rule of thumb, so you can also check in the Wikipedia. And the latest that I want to teach in this class is about ideal flow network. So this is the Metro Manila map, I guess. So from this ideal flow network, we can uh, develop model for urban transportation. Okay, and then we can check the congestion level, okay, based on network structure alone. Yeah, also have some research on traffic accidents. It's only like 12 years in Metro Manila. I also work in the World Bank, also in Toyota, and recently still I'm consultant for Decathlon in France. Okay, so these are some projects that I have done earlier. Right, so that's all about me. So now, each of you, I hope you can tell about yourself. So these are the clue. Probably tell us about your background, okay, your strength and weakness, wish list, okay, and probably what you describe about yourself or your friend describe about yourself, okay. And then I also want to get your feedback. Yeah, what motivates you to join this course? Honestly, no problem. Okay, and then what you expect from this course, and then I already posted the course outline in Moodle, right? I hope you joined already. So give me what is the outline expectation? Is this match with your expectation or not? And then if you have some suggestion to be excluded or excluded, included or excluded, so you tell me. Okay, so it's your time. So who will start? Any of you? Maybe should I call or Yuvan? Anyway, each of you will tell. So tell me what do you want to say about yourself.
Hi, sir. This is
Yes,
Christine Chicano. Can I go first?
sure.
Okay. I'm going to go first because I'm actually outdoors and I might lose my signal a little later.
Yes.
So I'm Christine Chicano. You can call me Chick. I'm currently an urban planner at the Department of Transportation in the Planning and Project Development Office. And then my education, I studied business administration for my bachelor's in UP Diliman. And then I'm taking my master's degree right now in uh, estate planning in SURP. I also did a semester of law school,
Wow.
and then all in UP. I did take a short course also on smart cities in Erasmus University, Rotterdam. Um, in terms of hobbies, I like to travel. I have solo traveled around Europe and East Asia. So what else? I think that's all. And then I'm the eldest in my family, so I guess I prefer being the leader when there are projects and things. Um, my expectations for this course, currently, since I am the only licensed planner in my small team of 12, I hope to learn more about transportation planning because
Yes.
my background is in estate planning. Uh, I'm handling quite a lot of master planning exercises, though more on the formulation of terms of references.
Okay.
So currently, I'm handling the Philippine Transportation System Master Plan nationwide. Also the Public Transport Plan. It's a new study that we want done at the local level. So since the first study I mentioned, that's nationwide and it's mostly for the trunk line, we also want local level.
Mhm.
So soon, maybe in the next 1 to 3 years, we will be opening these studies for consultants to bid on. And I hope to have the skills to properly evaluate their output.
Mm.
So that's my expectation for this course. Oh,
Okay.
and I guess in terms of experience in transportation modeling, I do know GIS.
Mm-hmm.
I have also done Dynasim on Cube, but only training, not
Okay.
practical application. So that's my background in transportation modeling.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Great. So thank you for sharing your experience also. Yeah. So anyone else want to share? Who will go next? Come on.
Hi, sir. Good evening.
Yes.
Perhaps I can go next.
Yes.
My name is Sofia Rodelas. So I'm a licensed civil engineer, and I'm currently working as a civil design engineer or transport engineer in a private firm here in Makati. Um, I am taking up masters in urban and regional planning, and my specialization is in transportation planning. And what motivated me to take this course? Currently, we're handling um, consultancy project with one of the railway projects of the OTR.
Mhm.
We have touched on some topics on the feasibility study, demand forecasting. So I wanted to have more background on the modeling part of it. So yeah, hobbies. I'm quite an introvert, so I just like staying indoors, watching movies and series, reading books. Um, uh, we are a family of four, and I'm the only girl. And I actually live in Cavite, if you're familiar with the
Yes.
province. So uh, sorry, sir, I'm just going randomly with uh with what comes to mind. Expectation on this. I have read briefly the course outline, and I'm very much interested. Most of the topics are very new to me. So I am expecting to really learn a lot from this class.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So who's next?
So good evening, Prof.
Yes.
So my name is Katrina Katimpo. So currently I'm working as one of the local project staff for a transit-oriented development study in PGC.
Project.
So it's quite new. So it's like a flagship project for TOD in the Philippines because the concept is really quite new in this country. So during my free time, I just often watch movies or cook or sometimes go to the gym or some to attend some classes. And then upon reading the syllabus, so as my previous classmate has said, much of it is kind of new to me or not entirely new, but I have heard of the concepts but not really understanding the fundamental ideas behind it. So during my work or in my workplace, traffic modeling is often mentioned but not often explained how the process is done.
Okay.
So it's really interesting for me since it is in the line of my interest and also related to my work. So that's it.
Thank you. Okay. So, let's see.
Hi, sir. Hi, my name is Resi Nogueras. I'm currently working as a transportation economist in Department of Public Works and Highways Central Office. And then, what are the questions, sir?
Okay,
So,
I'll just put that question there.
yeah. Okay. So, I think when it comes to my strength, I think I'm very detail oriented and very organized with my data, especially with my database of what am I actually doing in my job right now. Wish list in life. That's so hard to answer aside from all the questions here. And
You can,
I'll go to the ano na lang, sir. What motivated me to in taking the course since we are actually tasked in assessing the viability or economic viability of proposed infrastructure projects in the country.
Mhm.
So it is very crucial to um, actually validate if the funds are being used properly, not in confidential funds. Joke. And then so what it actually motivated me since we are doing network analysis when it comes to some of our projects requires complex network analysis, and I have attended trainings with JICA,
Okay.
like Strada value for money analysis, and then we've been using softwares like, if you're familiar, sir, with Vistro,
Yeah.
Visim,
Okay.
Cube, uh, and Strada. So that's actually the reason why I take this course. And then sir, I'm expecting to learn some more complex concepts and methodologies in modeling and analysis, network analysis. That's it, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Uh, who's next?
Good evening, sir. Can I go
Yes,
next?
sure. Yeah.
My name is Bianca Luscusin, currently a licensed civil engineer. However, my background is in project management for an expressway company. As for my hobbies, mostly when I'm indoors, gaming, watching series, for outdoors, I like participating in team sports such as volleyball. For my transport planning background, I've done a bit of GIS through QGIS and a little bit of Vision although mostly it was for training only. My expectation for this course is I hope that it's not too advanced and mostly for appreciation of the subject. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. From Mary Chris. Can you make it louder? Cannot hear. Can you hear what she said? Mom, I cannot hear you. Okay, so you probably need to fix your audio first. Okay, let's give the chance to other first. Okay, uh, maybe Joshua, you want to tell about yourself?
Hi, Prof. Class, good evening. Is my audio okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I am Joshua Perez. Took my MBA back in 2009. Currently work at Pagcor as a bid officer. I am a father of 3 wonderful kids, married happily to a very supportive wife. And then hobby is more on to long drives in countryside, badminton occasionally. That was back then prior to certain health issues, which right now is my current weakness or limitation. Wish list and life purpose. I guess coming across with SURP was mere of an outlet during the pandemic, but it turned out to be something I wanted to take seriously as observing the dynamics between our town, particularly Pateros, which is the only municipality in Metro Manila. Now, what motivated me to take this course is relative to that. As being a very small town, traffic congestion seems to be an issue, especially being centered between Taguig, Makati, and Pasig. It is often used as an alternative route to get out of traffic, causing the same thing, but with minimal road structures in the exaggerated boundaries of residential properties. It's quite difficult to work it out. So that's why I got interested in transport modeling.
Okay.
Much of the expectation for the course, well, I barely have any background or idea into transport management, unlike most of my classmates who were into this. And similar to what Bian said, I'm here for the appreciation in welcoming new knowledges.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Jerome, you want to say something?
Sure. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right. So I'm Jerome Ginto. You can call me Jerome. I graduated with a degree in geography in UP Diliman. I am the youngest in our family, and then I currently work as a GIS analyst for a water solutions company in Makati. Hobbies, mostly just playing video games in my free time. And then what else? Well, I guess the reason why I took this course because I'm a public works planning major. here in SURP. So this is actually my first transportation planning course. So what motivated me is that I actually have a bit of like a subject I took in undergraduate. It's called transport geography. So I'm a bit familiar with the concepts that are in the syllabus, but the subject that I took there took it from the lens of a social science perspective. So this is gonna be a new like a new perspective for me in terms of how to view transportation. So I guess that's the reason why I took this course.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Thank you.
expecting to learn a lot here. Thank you.
Thank you. So, who want to say next?
Can I go next, sir?
Sure, Abby.
Yes, I am Abby Neldernes. You can call me Abby. I graduated civil engineering in University of Santo Tomas and got my license way back 2017. And I'm currently working as an engineer in Department of Engineering and Public Works in the city of Manila. Um, I my ano ba, I like to watch if I'm not doing anything. I like to watch dramas, movies, and I like to go around. I like traveling. Currently, I'm in South Korea, so um, that being said, I was really fascinated with the transportation of the countries I've been to, and I'm just wondering if they can do it, why can't we do it?
Yep.
So that's why I I really like I'm fascinated even in my college days. I really wanted and how the transportation works in every countries. That's why I'm taking this course, and hopefully if I can make it to masteral, because I'm only taking diploma studies. So if I'll be pursuing into masteral in transportation. I hope that I may be able to learn more, and and we have discussed this. We have discussed transportation in in engineering, but we haven't really have an in-depth discussion with that topic. So through
Okay.
this course, I hope I was able I'll be able to understand more things about transportation. Okay, so
Andre, you want to say something?
Can you hear me? Okay, I'm Andre Policarpio. So I graduated BS Geography sa in UP Diliman back in 2021. I'm the eldest of three brothers. I currently work for an agricultural magazine based in Makati as a social media handler and as a writer and also as a staff for the magazine. So my hobby, I like to bike a lot. So maybe it's a big reason why actually I'm into transportation and the transportation field. Um, strengths. What are my strengths? I'm actually people say I'm a good communicator.
Mhm.
I don't know how are they be able to say that because I'm actually really shy in person. Actually that's my other weakness. I'm really shy. So like uh um it's kind of hard to talk to me. I find it hard to approach people and to communicate my thoughts. So hence why I'm actually confused why people say I'm good at communicating. So wish list in life. My wish list in life, actually, I just want a better transportation system here in the Philippines. So, like, to be honest, the reason I got into urban planning into the course is because ideally I want to improve the transportation system here in the Philippines because as you can see, the current host of our transportation scene here in the Philippines. So I would say my life I can see it as my purpose. So I've only started. I haven't actually had any experience in the field.
Uh, I think we lost Andre. Okay, so while come back, while waiting for him to come back. So who's next? Can continue. Probably with Mary Grace.
Good evening, sir and classmates. I am Grace Chu. I am a practicing architect and I also have a license. I got my license, professional license in environmental planning in 2001. Um, Sir, you can hear me na?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I am currently in Davao City right now. I am based here and as I mentioned, I am practicing already. Prior to the pandemic, I was taking my PhD full time in Diliman, and when lockdown happened, was already able to defend my proposal and was doing my data gathering when the archives closed. So strengths and weaknesses. I'm very tolerant. I mean, like, I understand people or where they're coming from a lot. So I'm very patient with their weaknesses and I'm very understanding. And when it comes to weaknesses, currently I've been struggling with procrastination because artists tend to do that. Like, anyway, wish list in life. I think after the pandemic, I just want my family to be safe and uh, everybody be happy, whatever it is, with what they are doing. Principles or philosophy, just be kind. And then what motivates me to taking this course? To be honest, sir, this is my Hail Mary course already. This is the last course penalty I'm allowed to take, and I'm supposed to really finish my dissertation this semester. So taking this course, first of all, I took it because it was the only online course available because I'm in Davao. And then while taking this course, this is a shot in the dark. If the university, I will have to write them if they will allow me to finish my dissertation. Otherwise, that would be the end of the road for me because I went through so much in the making of my dissertation. I even reached a point where some of the documents I was touching or using in the archives was declared a national treasure by President Duterte. So for 2-3 years, I could not touch them until they were digitized. And I never expected the pandemic to happen. So I thought I had a lot of time. And so that was it. And what do I expect to learn from this course? Definitely, I know I will learn a lot because I had transport planning before, subjects I took. And then when I was taking my urban planning here in UP Mindanao, uh, they usually have a lot of consultants from JICA who would do traffic seminars on transportation planning or workshops. Uh, but what I fear from this course is that it would be doing complicated mathematics because from the word modeling alone, I was thinking like, oh my God, I I might have to deal with a lot of nosebleed with the mathematics. But and then I was able to take a GIS on 2 separate occasions. But just like any other software, once I finish my class, and since it's not something I work with in architecture, I really like forget everything about it, and I'm always like a newbie. But however, I was very, very excited when I saw your when you showed your background and everything, because I think that is related to my dissertation. So I might consult you because I was actually currently doing the effect of social spatial segregation on the morphogenesis of Spanish Manila. So I was looking at the census data, tracking every person through several years for the whole 13 cities. So I was just trying to see, like, as the city developed, how did they move and transfer, and what were the factors, like, is it education, sex, background, ethnicity, or something like that. And then I think in a very, very small way, I think my master's thesis is kind of related to your one of the things that you outlined, because I did the effects of the urban surroundings on the use of people, on their use of pedestrian lanes. So I took a busier road in Davao. I marked everything that was around it, the fixed ones, the potholes, signages, and then temporary, like people, sellers, everything. And then I mapped out how people behave or walk using the pedestrian lane. But I just use cluster analysis because I have not yet
Yeah,
heard of
we
the
can
word model before.
discuss the detail later. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically that's it. So
Thank you
I
very
am,
much.
yeah, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So who's next?
Hi, sir. Can I go next?
Yes, sure, please, Maria.
Hi. Good evening, everyone. To our prof and to my fellow classmate. My name is Marie Halgado Karunungan, and you can call me Marie. I studied a Bachelor of Science in Architecture in my in Bataan Peninsula State University in my province in Bataan. And now I'm currently enrolled in Diploma in Urban and Regional Planning in UP, which is I'm taking this course because I'm still undecided on which major I would take if I would pursue a master's degree. And then for the family background, I'm a middle child. That's all I could say. And then for the work, I am a freelance architect and a municipal counselor. And for the hobby, I love working out and I do play COD M, if anybody was familiar with that. It's a gaming. I love gaming. And what else? Strength and your weakness. As for the strength, I love taking up challenges. I love being challenged. That's what I think I could say brave, my braveness. And then for the weakness, sometimes I not good at time management. I think when I have to, a lot in plate, it's taking up on me. And on your wish list, I wish to travel the world and make it my hometown a better. That's what I want. For life purpose, maybe it's still ongoing, on progress. I'm still working it out on what I want in life, I guess. But um, what else? Motivation in taking this course. I think I'm still our LGU, our local government unit, has no plans on transportation management, and I think if I could learn more about it or took something in this course, that would be beneficial um, to our local government. And I think that's the expectation in the course. I've got no background on transportation, so I got not so high expectation on this, but I'm just want to learn. That's it.
Okay.
And that's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you. So who did not say? Oh, Paulo, did you tell already?
Good evening, sir. Not yet, sir. Uh, Sir, good evening. Good evening, everyone. I'm Paulo Gutierrez. I'm a licensed civil engineer and I hold a master's degree in transportation engineering from Mapua University. And now I'm currently taking Masters of Urban and Regional Planning in Transportation Planning. So I'm really interested in transportation, and the main reason is because I hate being stuck in traffic. That's the main reason why I took a master's, a transportation engineering and a transportation planning. And I already have an experience in consulting in master plans under NEDA projects of master plans. And now I'm currently working in a tollway company, and my hobbies, I like when I'm free, I do cycling, cycling here in my province in Malolos, Bulacan. And my strength, I think I'm a hard worker and resilient person. And my weakness is I'm a hot-headed person. So please be patient with me. Thank you.
Yeah. So, would you not introduce yourself? Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much for the introduction. Okay, so in this case, I would like to discuss with you about uh, the core syllabus first. Okay, and then okay, let me share screen about it. Okay. Can you see my screen on the core syllabus?
Yes, Prof.
Yes. Okay. So, this is my email, and if you email me, please put in the subject plan 252. And this is my WhatsApp. If you want to contact me, also you can also contact me via Facebook Messenger, okay, or email. So, you can contact me anytime, so 24 hours, but expect within 24 hours of delay. So, for example, you email me at night or midnight, so maybe tomorrow I will answer. Okay. Next, this is the course description. So you can also follow this in Moodle. Okay. This course offer an applied approach to transportation planning and engineering. So I would like to build upon a theoretical foundation. Okay. So what is the latest advancement in transport modeling? So of course, the key topic include the transportation supply and demand and how we will match them. And then we emphasize on the model definition, application algorithm, and you will build some kind of basic scenarios, okay? And then you apply the methodology that you learn in this course to create some kind of simulation and design certain transport system, okay? Uh, I hope with that you can also evaluate, okay, what will happen if you intervene on the infrastructure or the service network. Okay, of course, the goal is to create a mobility policy that improve the current condition. Okay, and I hope through this course, okay, you can do modeling already, either by hand or using the software. Okay, and I hope also you can assess the impact, okay, of your policy decision. So these are the three big goal. Okay, upon accomplishing this course, okay, I hope you can comprehend the application of transport modeling technique, especially in the context of transportation supply and demand. Okay, so this will be reflected in the, the exams and the projects. And then I also hope that you can examine, okay, what is the effect if you do some kind of intervention in the infrastructure. Okay, and then you can try to identify their strength and weakness. And the last one is to predict, okay, to assess the impact of your decision in the scenario, okay, for the planning and policy. This is an output-based course. That means you need to be active. The goal for this course is to create certain publication or paper or report, okay, with certain code and analysis. Okay, so it will be a simulation, case study, scenario comparison, or you can contrast, okay, one case study and the others, and you tell me what is the novelty of your proposal, okay? And I would like you to create certain unique, okay, value and originality through this project or paper, okay? And of course, you can use AI, okay? So, but if the AI will do some result through the automation, you cannot pass the course, nah? So I will show you the next about the AI policy on this course. Okay, so the course outline will go as follows. So we will discuss about activity, land use, transport interaction. You probably learned this in other courses. And then we discuss about transport policy analysis. And then I need to deal with traffic flow theory, the mathematics behind, and the survey. Okay, and then we go mostly about traffic demand, transport system, demand and supply, which include two parts, yeah? Traditional transport model and ideal flow network, which I developed. And if we have time, okay, we can continue with network optimization. So these are the plan, the tentative date. Okay, so today we discuss about land use activity transport interaction. Okay, next week we discuss about transport policy and so on. Okay, and every end of the day, okay, so I will post assignment in Moodle. Okay, and today I hope you can also do a grouping for the project. Okay, and next week you tell me, you present about the project topic that you want to do. Okay, and every meeting, okay, we will have assignment, and these are the schedule for the quiz, okay, and exam. Okay, so these are the topic. Of course, as we progress, okay, so not necessarily we will follow exact this date, but can be a delay a little bit or can be much faster, depends on the class progress. Okay, so this is the UP grading system. It's quite tough, so I will follow this one. Okay, so I would like to remind that the rounding off of the grade is not automatic. So, for example, if you get 98.9, it doesn't mean that you get A plus, no? So should be 99, then you get A plus. Okay. These are several readings that I hope you can find in the library, and for my two books, I think you can get it in Revoledu, and I also share in the Moodle later on. Okay. Well, these two books I hope you can find in the library. If not, I can also share it with you. And this is the breakdown of the mark. Okay, we will have a lot of discussion and recitation, which of course will give you only 5%, including the attendance. No? When you attend the class on time, so you can claim a recitation. The group project, which include the paper, will be 50%. No? So the group project 30%, the paper 20%. That's mean half of the class. Okay, the assignment. Okay, the assignment is just 10%, even though we have a lot of assignment. And the same thing with the quizzes, and the midterm will be done just for 10%. The final exam will be the last part, which is 25%. Okay, are you agree with this, or you have certain proposal? With this mark, like 50% of the mark is about group project, I think you can get a very good grade. And in the class, also in the project, I hope you can play role, okay, some kind of games in the class that you probably want to become consultant or government or media or probably educator or certain other contractor or consultant. You can play this role. Yeah? You can tell, oh, I want to ask as a government. I want to ask uh, as a media or journalist, something like that. So you can ask by a playing role, not necessarily what your question is. Okay, but you can also play role. Okay. So be present at the meeting. So I hope you can meet on time. Latecomer will not be able to claim the 5% recitation. Okay, so please open camera during the class so that we can have better communication. You can close the mic, but you can open the mic only when you speak. And then every meeting, I hope you can have an active discussion, yeah? Sharing your knowledge and experience, give some feedback, okay, and to the teacher and other groups, and using based on your role a while ago. Okay, and if you recite, okay, so you raise critical question, answer the question, give some comments or suggestion, you claim by yourself. Okay, the recitation, the 5% is your own claim. So maximum is 10 point of claim per week, and then we accumulate over one semester, and then we normalize. Okay, so for example, one student claim 100 points, and the other student only claim 10 points, then of course your grade is 10 over 100 if the 100 is the maximum. Okay, so this is the kind of competition to be active in the class. Okay, it's important that you put the total recitation point on the top in Moodle. So I will show you the Moodle. So in the Moodle, you have like this. And here is the recitation. Can you see? Okay. So you can just put online, okay, what you recite. So today, for example, you can say, I arrive on time, and then you 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 introduce yourself so you can claim 2 points, right? If you have any questions, so you can also claim here. Okay, we'll put this until next year, January. So every time before when you finish the class, so please claim in Moodle. Okay. Next, the quiz and assignment, even though they are very small, just 10%. Okay, the design is just to test your preparation before and after the class. Okay, so the assignment usually problem solving, individual. Yeah, quizzes and assignment are individual, and it will carry Fibonacci weight. So Fibonacci mean one. The first assignment will be value 1. Okay, second assignment will value 1 again. Okay, the third assignment will value 1 plus 1 become 2. Okay, and then the fourth assignment will value uh, what? 1, 1, 2, so become 3. 1 plus 2 become 3, and so on. Okay, meaning the last assignment with very high fee. Okay, the first assignment with almost nothing. So based on this, I hope it will encourage you to study before the class. Okay, and I have put everything, almost everything, no? in Moodle. Okay, so these are the resources. The software is already here. I have Telegram channel, you can join. And then these are the course syllabus, and all the slides are already here. So you can read before the class, actually. Okay. Yeah, including the lab session, I have put there in Moodle. Okay. Over time, I will add more if you need. Okay. And until the end of semester, including the network optimization. Okay. Up here, so for the project, okay, so I hope you can solve traffic congestion in certain area. Today you will go a grouping among yourself, so maximum 3 students per group, and I hope no change of grouping for the whole semester. So you can select your own classmate. We already introduced each other. Okay, so if we have 15 or 14 students, so that means we will have about 5 groups. Okay, and you can use any transport modeling tool, including FISIM and so on. So if you don't have, I have a transport, IFN transport there in GitHub that you can also use. Okay, you can calibrate using real world data and performs numerical experiments. Okay, use certain scenario analysis, what if analysis to do the scenario policy. Okay, and the goal again is to write paper and to publish it, I hope. Okay, and you can use any device, any programming language to implement, including Excel. Okay, so I will suggest to use Python. So if you can use it, if not, I can help you to deal with it in the next session. So the final code and the project should be submitted in Moodle or in GitHub. Okay, and your code will probably be used by other students next year. So please make sure that you provide enough documentation for them to develop further. Here is the AI policy. So we will do testing together, okay, discuss the possible prompt for AI, okay, in each class, and would end with the output of the paper, report, and code analysis. So you can use any AI that you want. I will use ChatGPT or GPT-4. You can use Part, Cloud, Perplexity AI. It's okay. But the end result of the project, okay, must be free from plagiarism and pass the AI detection tool. Okay, so you can use GPT-0 to test that. For the paper is just the same as your project report, but you just summarize, okay, and rewrite in more scientific way. Okay, so in this case, you develop the background of the idea, the literature review, methodology, analysis, and conclusion. And now, if you want to include my name, okay, that means it must have I should have certain contribution to that paper. If not, please don't put my name on it. Okay, so in the paper, I don't want you to put my name unless I have contribution. Okay, so the paper have reference format of any journal of your target. Otherwise, you can set up ACM format. The length is between 8 to 16 page, double column. Okay, so you can use cloud service like Google Cloud or Dropbox, whatever it is. Or yes, nowadays you can have, when you want to send paper for revision, okay, don't send by email. Okay, you just set up in your own cloud and then send the link only that we can use to open. Okay, please expect several rounds of revision, and please use tracking review, for example, using Microsoft Word for the revision. Okay, for collaboration with me, so please check this website. So, right, so these are my guidelines for research publication together and cooperation. You can check the especially point 7 and point 8. Okay, so the following work is not considered as contribution. So if just checking English and grammar and so on, they are not contributor. Okay, but these are the work that considered as significant contribution. Okay, so that include as the co-author. Okay, so for example, did the review, give idea of the framework, okay, or do some develop the tool or program or analysis and rewrite significant part of the manuscript. Okay, so you can read by yourself the detail. Okay, next, now all the project report and assignment, okay, cannot go beyond the final exam date. Okay, yes, you can be late in your assignment, or there is a deadline for each quiz and assignment. Okay, but you will get minus 1% time the number of delay until the final exam day. Okay, so per day, I will deduct 1%. If you just submit it, okay, on time, okay, whether it's right or wrong, you get 100. Okay, but if you delay, minus deduction of 1%. Okay, so now this is important. At least 48 hours after before the final grade for the submission to the school, okay, I will post it in Moodle, the final standing of your grade, the computation. Okay, so you will have about 48 hours to check. That's I mean 2 days to check if my computation is right or wrong. If there is something wrong with my computation, you tell me, and I can fix it. Okay, but once I submit it to the school, your grade, please don't ask me to change. Okay. Okay, so my expectation is you actively participate, you give comment, you give question, and you propose your idea during the class. Okay. Is there any question or comments at this point about? Yes, go, Mary Chris.
Ayo.
Sir, I think this has something to do with the grouping. Like, since based on the introduction, like some of us are well versed in transportation and the others are not. This is just a suggestion that maybe those who are really working with transport can be divided as the leaders, and then they just pick the rest of us mortals as their
Yes. So,
groupmates.
okay. If you want, I can share with you. Okay, we can create a mailing list. Okay, about who are the attendants of this class, right? And then from there, you can discuss, or you can create a mailing list on your own. Then we can discuss. So who want to be group with other? Because probably you don't know each other. I don't know.
Yes, sir.
Right. So okay. So let's create a mailing list in that case, and then you can start to discuss. Okay, who will this be grouping with others? Okay, maximum is 3 students per group. That means you will have 5 groups because I think we have only 14 or 15. Right. So I don't want you to be alone. So okay. So please accommodate your friend also. So to be in your group. And if they can, if you can have telling that, okay, I have a more background than the other, so please help each other. Okay, so this is important to help each other in the group. Again, the grouping is the group project is about 50% of the total grade. Okay. Yeah. Any other comments or question?
Hey, Prof, I have a question. So I want to clarify what the output is for next week. So are we going to propose already our project topics?
Yes, is it possible to propose your project topic, say at least the location probably?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what you want to do with it?
Okay.
Okay, so I don't expect you to get the real data. At least the simulation of it is okay. So
Oh, sorry. In addition, sir, can we provide, for example, you propose a list of 3 choices
Yes.
so that we have
You can
some-
propose 3 choices, for example, and then you tell me, you are the one who will decide, okay, which one is the best for you, okay, and tell me the criteria why you choose this one.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
Sir,
Yes.
I'm just concerned with the answer, grading system, sir. Are we following the same UP grading system?
Yes, I need to follow the UP grading system. Tell me if the one that I show a while ago is correct or not.
Actually, sir, it's actually different from what.
Oh no, this I got from Wikipedia. I don't know. So you tell me then, what is the correct UP system? You can email me and then I will fix this.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So this is incorrect. The
I think the one, sir, is supposed to be 97 to 100.
one is 97 to 100.
I think.
Okay. Oh.
We'll send you the answer.
Okay, please send me the.
I'll just email it. Thank
Okay,
you.
okay, okay. So if you submitted all the requirement, okay. So minimum you get 80. Okay, just submission only you get 80. Okay, that means you will pass. But if you don't submit, of course, it's a problematic, right? So submit it on time. Okay, you minimum you get 80. All the requirement and the quiz. The quiz is usually only 5 minutes, maybe 1 or 2 questions, multiple choice. The same thing with the midterm exam and final exam. Okay, they are all multiple choice. Okay, so it's not really hard things. But anyway, the grading is very small. Okay, so I hope grade is not really a concern for you. Okay. So usually I'm very generous on that. So, my hope is for you to learn, okay, the concept, and you will be able to apply this in your job or your real life. That's the most important part there. Okay. Okay. So anything else that we want to discuss about the course syllabus? Any concern? Okay. So thank you. I'll close this. Let's go to the first part. That case. Okay, I have a slide on urban planning. I don't know this, my concept is right or wrong, so I will just show it to you. And right. So wait, before that, I need to check the administration. Did you join the Moodle? Oh, some student did not join. Christine did not join. Jofi also did not join. Okay, the others joined. Right. I hope you can join the Moodle because all the materials is in Moodle, including the exam, the quizzes, and the assignment. Okay. Right. Okay. So the slide on urban planning is already in Moodle, so you can follow from there. Can download. Right. So this is just a brief about transportation. Okay, and urban planning. Right. So what is a city? City is just a group of people. Okay, number of permanent structure within a limited geographical area. organized to facilitate the interchange of goods and services among its residents and with the outside world. Okay, so with this kind of simple definition of what is city, okay, we want to see what is urban. So urban planning is just or known as regional planning, town planning, city planning, rural planning. Okay, it's just technical or political process that focus on the development, design of land use, built environment, including the air, water, infrastructure, okay, passing into and out urban area, such as transportation, communication, distribution of network, and their accessibility. So these are the definition from Wikipedia. Okay, so when we say urban design, this is the process of designing, okay, and shaping the physical feature of the city. Okay. Now, usually, any city will have a city center. And interesting enough, okay, usually in the city center, you will have some kind of park. Okay, that become the monumental place to tell that this is the city center. In Japan, city center is not uh, characterized by park, but by station, eki. Okay, so this is the example city center in Paris. We see there is a Eiffel Tower there. Okay, and again, this is the aerial view of Sussex in Australia, looking towards Sydney over there. Okay, and you can see the boundary between the low density areas and okay, industrial zones, okay, and the high-rise buildings. Isn't that interesting that people put high-rise building in certain areas and then very low building in other place, and still greeneries in the surrounding. So if we look at the city shape, okay, basically the first city, okay, usually linear. Okay, so something like this, right? So this is the residence of the people, and people usually create a linear city. Okay, and as the city grow, this is the example in Quebec, linear city. Okay. So you can see here, there's a one road, okay, and these are the residents of the city or the town is just based on the road. So just go in front of the road, and as the road expanded, okay, the city also expand based on the road. Okay. Again, this is an example of linear city in Hong Kong. Okay. You can see the development there along the beach, linear settlement. Now, in the history, there is also grid city of Agora, for example, in ancient Greek. So they developed in not linear, but based on grid city. Okay, and this is another example of grid city in Netherlands, Elburg. And Washington DC, okay, originally was developed also as grid city. Yeah. Similarly with Melbourne, so originally developed as grid city. In terms of transportation, okay, grid city is very good for car, but very bad for open planning, for public transport, for public transportation, because you need to cover everything here by public transport. It will take a lot of public transport facility, but for car, this is very nice. Okay, and this is another example of grid city. Pori in 1852. And then people start to have a concept of what is called industrial city. Okay, you can see here. This is the example of city in Slovakia, industrial city that founded in 1938. Then people start to have a concept. Okay, or how about if we create a garden city instead of just great city, linear city? So what if we create a garden city? Okay, so this is the example of the vision, okay, of what cities should look like in Berlin in 1939. And later on, people start to think, uh, probably grid city is not the best. Okay, so probably we want to do what is called concentric city. So this is the example of concentric city in Moscow, including Metro Manila. When they develop, okay, we develop as concentric city. That's why we have what is called ring road. So Davao is probably originally grid city. Okay, now develop, I don't know, become a concentric city, similar to this urban structure. So again, this is the reconstruction of the city in Kabul. Okay, so this is the plan that they want to develop something like this. And if you look at the urban planning, okay, they long time ago, people think that there is no actual land use, no? So people will have what is called mixed land use. So the place where they stay is also the business place and so on. But over time, there is a new concept that we want to do a zoning to separate the land use for business, for residential, and greeneries and so on. And based on that new concept, then uh, people start to develop that city. Okay? And based on the land use, people will start to think, oh, maybe we want to create a single land use zoning, something like this. Okay. For each of the place, you develop certain land use zone. Or you actually want to do a mixed land use, which is the blend of residential, commercial, and cultural. Everything is in one place. Now, compare between mixed land use and single land use like this. Which one is actually better? What is the plus and uh, pros and cons for each of this type of land use? What do you think? Any idea? Yes, Harry.
Um, in terms of the traditional single land use, I find that, for example, if you're living in it preserves the quality of that particular land use better. Like, for example, living in traditional subdivisions, I can expect the camaraderie, the neighborhood, the feel of the place to be the same, where it's peaceful, quiet. Once you get in, and it's all families, you have the
Right.
parks that is all families. It's more private. And then having lived in a condo now in a mixed use, I find that the practicality and the ease of access to things is there. Like,
Right.
you just go out of the building, you can have, you're already in the mall, there's a park and things like that. But then the people tend to be also mixed, and there is not the boundary between public and private tends to blend on certain areas. And sometimes, of course, you also feel more vulnerable because now you are more accessible to the public as compared to being in a subdivision where you know who the people are, and at a certain extent, they are just your neighbors and something to that effect. And then the feel of the neighborhood is different, and also the use. So even if you live in a commercial, in a house, it still feels public or commercial sometimes.
Mm. Very good. So, any other opinion? Comment probably. So, comparing mixed land use and single land use, what are the pros and cons? So, anyone? So, oh, now in Metro Manila, okay, so mostly they are single land use, right? So, for example, uh, from your residential area, so you need to go to the city center, probably in Makati. Okay. Again, Makati is like single land use for business. Right? So in that case, you need to travel very long journey from your house to the place of work, isn't it? Okay. So uh, a single land use is also have a certain a positive side, okay, which means you, as Marie Grace a while ago mentioned, so you can have a better plan for single land use, okay, so you can live in a better neighborhood, for example, right? Okay, so instead of mixed land use where the noise level probably will be there, so there are pros and cons for its type of this concept, okay. So, but if we can see historically, okay, all the land use in the city, early days of the cities, are probably mixed land use. Okay, just in the last 200 years, we start to separate the land use into single land use, and the the problem uh, is this the correct way to develop a city? So we don't know. Okay, time will tell, probably in the next 50 or 100 years. Then we will know uh, whether what we experiment with the single land use is actually the best concept. Okay. So now, what I want you to see here is uh, the concept on urban planning. Okay, that means uh, you, as an urban planner, can also develop your own concept. Okay, not necessarily just adopt the concept from the Western countries or from other countries. So you can also develop your own concept. These are example of concept that people have developed, and then they propose to their government, and then they develop the cities based on this concept. Okay, this is the concept of concentric city. Okay, where the city center is in the middle, right? It's called, we call it CBD, or Central Business District, and then outside here is a factory zone, and then certain zone of transition, and then the residential area will be on the outskirts of the city. Okay, so another concept that the people develop is called sector model. Okay, again, they use CBD in the middle, and then instead of concentric circle, so they use sectoral. That means this part of the city will become the factories, and then this is the low class residential, middle class, and high class residential, and so on. So based on this concept that they've developed, probably they say, oh, this is better than the others, then they create the city. Okay. Again, another concept of the city is uh, instead of that concentric circle, okay, Harris and Ullman probably said, look, this is not the best concept that you have in the concentric or sectoral. Let's do it this way, multiple nuclei model. Okay, that they develop it. Again, this is each of these are single land use. Okay, and if you look at this concept, okay, they develop the low class and medium class residential, the high class residential. Okay, they separate economically. Okay. uh, if you look at the city concept in Indonesia, for example, okay, these are not happening. Okay, so low class and medium class separation is against the social system in Indonesia. So this is not happening. So that means in any residential must have a low class, medium, and high class in the same compound. Okay. But in Metro Manila or in the Philippines, mostly still have adopted this concept. I hope you can understand that all this adoption of the concept then become reality. All the things that you implement, okay, originally come from idea. That means you can also create your own concept. Okay. So this is the sport city in Dubai. So again, they developed the concept based on the sport. Okay. Okay. So I want to discuss about the bit rent curve here. Let's say this. Say you are in the city center, okay, and why the city center will develop a high-rise building while outside of the city center will develop, uh, for example, agriculture or retail. Okay, that that because of the this concept called bit rent curve. Okay, so this is the city center. I will show you the pen. So this is the city center. Okay, and as we put the distance from the CBD far away, okay, then the retail price, the rent price, okay, per square meter will become lower, right? Because the land price is actually lower, okay, this will create certain land use automatically by nature. Okay, for example, let's give an example. What happen if you put an agricultural land in the city center? What will happen? Say you is it okay or not to put agricultural land in the city center? Okay. Well, no problem, right? If you want, this is your own land, so you can still farm in the city center, isn't it? Correct? But why this is not happening? Because the price, the production, okay, the production of the city center is much higher. For example, if I put this become agricultural land, okay, how much is the yield per square meter compared to, okay, if I make this into residential area, okay, and then over time you will see instead of putting this into residential area, how much if I just rent it into a business area? Okay. So uh, people tend to increase their utilities, isn't it? Right? So because if I can put because of the activities in the city center is much higher, so if I can rent it higher, okay, to become business, why should I put it into a residential? Right? If I can put it into residential, why should I put it into agricultural land, which will produce lower uh, income per square meter? Okay, so meaning this concept of bit rent curve. Okay, you see here. Okay, if I put it into retail, okay, the rent will be higher. So in that case, okay, uh, we will eventually, okay, go into the highest utility here, the retail. And then further from the city center, eventually will become manufacturing, right? And then further again from the city center will become residential. Okay, and here is the agricultural land. Okay, this come from the the price. So the land price influence so much. Now the same thing, for example, why in the city center, okay, there is a high-rise building, right? And why in the mountain, for example, in the outside of the city, uh, the high-rise building is not so many, okay, probably none. Okay, again, this is because of the land price. You see, uh, if the land price compared to the construction price of per square area, okay, if the land price is actually lower, for example, or if I build this second floor and the third floor, okay, the construction price is actually cheaper than if I buy the land, right? Then I better go up, okay, become a high-rise building rather than buying expanding the land, isn't it? For the same activity. So you can see here, okay, because of the price, okay, because of economic, okay, then people think differently by nature. It is a natural process that we start to create a high-rise building in the city center, like the picture that I showed a while ago, right? Why we put the city center high-rise building? Again, this because of the activities there. Okay? And why this activity is happening? Because we create a single land use. Can you see that? Because of the concept of single land use, that the business is supposed to be in the city center. Then it become an inequality distributed of the land price. Any comment and anything you want to discuss up to here? This is the big concept that I want to say. Okay, because you decide the land use, okay, then the land price change, right? Because the land price change, okay, then the land use also change. Can you see? I'm talking about long term here. You start with the concept, okay? Urban planning influence the concept, okay? Then based on that concept, okay, activity change, right? Because activity change, then the price change. Okay? Land price is very important ingredient for the activity to change. And because the activity change, the price change, and then eventually transportation change, right? And because transportation change, then in the long run, land use change also. So this is like a circle. Okay, which one is the egg? Which one is the chicken? We don't know. Okay, but I guess you as an urban planner, you can influence to become the egg of the chicken. Okay, to initiate by introducing the concept, your concept. So this is a very big encouragement for you. Once you become urban planner, right? Introduce your own concept. Introduce your own uh, innovative idea. Okay, that city should be like this. Okay, of course you can study what is in the past about other concept. Okay, and then you change based on your own. Do you get the message? Okay. Now, let's talk about the street hierarchy. So why we have highway, we have a tollway, and then we have a what is called arterial road, secondary road, tertiary road, and then a small road. Again, these are just 200 years, okay, of the concept that we have what is called street hierarchy. The concept is simple. We want to have, okay, separation between mobility and accessibility. Okay, we want to have separation between mobility and accessibility. That means if you are in the residential area, okay, the goal is accessibility, right? If you are in the business area or in the activity area, the goal is actually accessibility, not mobility. Okay, that means there is a in and out, okay, of the activity area. For example, from your house to the street. Okay, there is possibility of parking that make the accessibility easier for the people to stop, okay, to park their vehicles. So this is the function of accessibility. On the other hand, we have also concept of mobility. Okay, that means when you are in the arterial road, right? So your movement, your mobility is supposed to be uninterrupted. Okay, that's why we create what is called street hierarchy. Okay, now if you follow this concept, then you will see you will limit the access in the arterial road, and then you will create more access in the local road. Okay, so now what happened? Because okay, many urban planner probably or municipality, including MMD, do not have this concept. Okay, long time ago, I saw access road in Katipunan area, for example. Okay, and then suddenly they demolished that access road. They widened the road. Okay, and now accessibility mixed up with mobility. This is a wrong concept. This is an example of wrong concept because you did not separate mobility from accessibility. Can you see that? Okay, we create street hierarchy because we want to separate, okay, accessibility from mobility. So that means if this is arterial road, okay, limit the accessibility. If this is a local road, then limit the mobility. So, for example, in the local road, you can create humps, right? So that the traffic calming, people will not have a traffic accident because probably children will go around in the street because this is local road. The speed must be small, but on the arterial road, the speed must be very high. Okay, that means access to that arterial road or secondary road must be limited. Can you understand the concept? Okay, of street hierarchy. Oh, and again, this concept is just about 200 years. Okay, a long time ago, probably do not have this kind of street hierarchy. Okay, okay. All roads are equal. Say Roman road, they are all equal. Okay, right? So we introduced this concept because of the certain reason. We want to separate. Okay. Then you may ask, is it better to separate or is it better not to separate? Well, each of these have merit and demerit, right? Have pros and cons. So So if you put all street equal, then probably traffic congestion may happen also. Okay, so by separating the road hierarchy, okay, then in traveling very far away, okay, you can have a higher speed. Okay, but in the neighborhood, you're supposed to have a low speed. Okay, give me comment, give me a question up to here. Or give me feedback, probably. What did you learn so far?
Sure.
Yes. Go.
I just have an idea in mind when it comes to the simulation. So, simulations of increasing the mobility and decreasing accessibility in certain network analysis.
Okay.
Like, it's tweaking what are the measures that we should put in to increase the mobility in such area. If we have an area or we have a target area already, or simulation process or techniques that you might want to share.
Okay, so one is called access road, okay, where people can park. You separate the mobility, okay, from the access road. That means going in and out to that road must be in the local small road. And then from the small road, okay, go to the bigger road is through intersection. Okay. Say example, problematic happening. You have said that Katipunan is a C5, right? And then ETSA is C3, that means a ring road. That's it. They are arterial road, correct? Right? So this is the example. Yeah? So, but the access is not limited there. I mean, the bus can go in and out from the buildings, right? So in that case, you mix up the concept. Right? There is no street hierarchy here because the mobility and accessibility you mix up. Then mobility becomes small, correct? So how to solve that? Oh, then you limit. Okay, for example, to enter the main road in Katipunan or in EDSA, you cannot just enter anywhere. You must come from certain intersection only. That means you limit the number of entry points. Okay, by limiting the entry points to a bigger road. Okay, okay, that means from the smaller road to go to the bigger road, they need to wait. But once you are in the bigger road, you must travel very fast. That's the idea of separating mobility from the accessibility. Right. Without this concept, okay, then you mix up everything. Then you don't get the purpose. You are telling, oh, because the road is widened, then become arterial. It's not. It's not just widened. Okay. It's about accessibility and mobility. That's the real concept. There. Okay. Right. So you limit the access. Okay. Andre.
Sir, for access and mobility, does planning also has a part in this, right? Because, sir, if you're, say, arterial road, it's used for mobility, not accessibility. But since if the zoning in this area is for businesses, wouldn't it attract people to go to the arterial road despite it being not that accessible?
No. So if this is arterial road, you limit the access. That means you have a feeder road in the okay, I will draw whiteboard. Can you see my whiteboard? So this is your main road. This is the median. Okay, for example, you have 3 lanes. That's mean okay. So here, this is the building, right? These are the buildings. Okay, let me make the building green. Okay. So between the road and the main road and the building, you have, this is the access road. Okay. Here also you have access road. Okay. So to enter the access, to enter the main road, okay, you need to entry only at certain location. You cannot from all building to go in to the main arterial road. This is not allowed because it will disturb the mobility. So the access road is basically the local road. Do I explain it clearly?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So again, for example, the door of the building must face smaller road, not the big road. This is an example. Okay. So the building can be square, right? Okay, let me draw. Okay.